Hello everyone, welcome. This video will be talking about a regular expression or regex. Uh, it's uh, it's a topic. It's not an easy topic. We can say that we are intermediate in the intermediate level of JavaScript, and um, and there are a lot of combinations. First to say, regex are um, are a way to describe text pattern, and uh, they there can be different regex implementations. So depending on the interpreter, they might differ a bit in the way they are written, but they are standardized somehow. So they will be almost always the same, of course. They can be useful in many situations. For example, to look in errors on errors in large files or retrieve the browser agent. But as you can see here, there is a downside that, of course, they are quite absurd. But don't worry, because you will see that now we will start slow, and we will see that everything works quite simply. And yes, there are a lot of regex, but generally people don't know them by heart. You just need to know the basic ones. And then once you find, you just search the right regex for you, and you find and you use it. Anyway, let's start slow. Um, let's start slow, of course. A basic regex. A basic regex is composed of these elements. Forward slash, and now I'm not really writing a regex, but I'm just showing you how to write a regex. Java, for example, this regex is searching inside whatever you want JavaScript, the word JavaScript. So if your file contains the word JavaScript, you will find JavaScript. Otherwise, there will be no matches. Let's see. Let's write a file. Let text equal to I love, let's say now React. I love React very much. Console.log text, the text you want to find, match, which is a built-in function of the regex, a built-in method anyway, and then you search React, and then you close. Okay, then you close. We open. So you should search for React. And actually it displays null, and I'll show you why. Because regex are case sensitive. Regex are case sensitive, so we're searching for React with the R is not uppercase. If we want to search for a pattern that is case insensitive, you need to add a I at the end. I at the end. And here it outputs an object that is saying, okay, we found React, the group is undefined, we will see groups later. The index is 7 because we said I love React, and so at the index 7 it starts React. The input was our friend, and the length, blah blah blah. Okay, so we have found our match. Okay, so we can specify a certain range of option. For example, we said React, but we want to see if there is React or MongoDB or MongoDB or JavaScript. And still we want it to be case insensitive. Fair enough. no, let's see. I love React and MongoDB very much, just to show um, what will happen, what will log, and it's still okay. See, you can see that there is a difference because now the input is contains MongoDB, so it has outputted React again, and not it didn't give us two, even if there are two matches, it just output the first match. Why this? Because this is how it works normally. It works like this. If you want your um, your um, regex to find multiple pattern, you need to have add a G at the end, which is what is called a global modifier. A global modifier does exactly what we think. So if you come here now, it output not an object with all the indexes, but just an array of two, in this case, two elements. So it's less precise in a way. It's not an array of objects. It's just an array of length, and this is what it does. Okay, now we will move forward and talk a little about the characters options. Okay, here things gets interesting. So let's see some examples. Let's place D here, and we can, and let's see console.log text match, and we want it to search for A or B or C. We write A, B, C, and I don't even console log. Okay, it will of course log nothing. You want to ask, excuse me, you need to add have square bracket. Okay, square bracket ABC is not otherwise it would search for ABC altogether as a word. ABC or A or B or C. Okay, I search for A, B, C, D, and now I log. Now let's log it just for the sake to show. And it didn't even upgraded. Array 1, okay, D, blah, 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 blah. If I want to, since this is a set of characters all in one line, we can do like this. It's the same. And of course, let's say that we want this is not T but is T, and you want to search in the whole letter of the alphabet, you make A and Z. Then A and Z, let's say that you want to search, I don't know, you want to search for T or T, whatever, etc. You can search for A, Z like this, and it's searching for both uppercase to lowercase, or better, or you add the case insensitive pattern, and it does the same. If you want, you can easily search for all the letters, almost all the letters, because actually there are special letters. Just by doing like this, then you're finding every occurrences that we can think of. Um, so every occurrences, not really, okay, because there are these special characters like I don't even know how to. Um, I will find it on the internet. Okay, for example, this work, this letter that I think it's from Norwegian alphabet anyway. Let's see what it does in this case. It should it should theoretically console log the first occurrences, and we are using this, no? So let's open. And is actually console logging the T, which is the second, because the first one doesn't belong to our pattern. How do we face this difficulty of not finding every single occurrences? We use the wild character without the braces, wild character, followed by we use the by the wild character, and then of course we use the wild character. It console log this one. If you want to console log everyone, you use the you add a global modifier. So what it does, if now I write a sentence, I am a string becoming, and then you come here, oops, then you come here, and as you can see, it has since the global modifier, the wildcard is not a wildcard, it's just a dot. Sorry, forget the wildcard. My mistake. Is finding with the dot character, you find everything, and then it's console.logging an array of all the single characters that you want, which can be useful in a way. What if I want just to go to console.log a dot? You come here and you use escape. Now there are 4 dots, so it should console.log 4 dots, and there are 4 dots. Okay, so what about numbers? I like becoming. I am becoming 29 years old, actually 26. Text.match. Forward, the keyword is D. So with this one, you search for any digit. Digit means number, if someone doesn't know it. If you search for this, of course, it will search just for a D. So you just need to add this. And it should console log 2 and 9. 2 and 9. Also, this can be quite useful. What if I want to console.log all the white spaces characters? We use S. So really, these are the basics. There are tons of different keywords, let's say. Okay, and as you see, it console log every single white spaces. What another one that is super important, for example, in the beginning, but it doesn't matter if it makes sense. I was okay. See, sounds like depressed, but this is not the point. We come here and we write I want to find the in. I want to find in. So I want to find in the word in, not from E to N, and I wanted to find only if it's at the beginning of a word. So what do I do here? I add before here white space, no, sorry, white space B. And as you see, is of another color. And then here, global modifier, it's okay. And let's even add, not case sensitive. Come here. In it matches only the first in and not the in at the beginning, because we said only if it's at the beginning of the word, and so it didn't check for anything else. Last thing, then we have to talk about groups. We need to talk about groups, definitely. So there are many reasons why you would like to group your regex. For example, to match a group of to match multiple characters. Anyway, to match a group of characters, you need to surround the regex with parentheses. To see an example, I changed the example to make it more simple. We can do like this. For example, love, hate, and we need to match the white space, and then sport, work. Sounds good. Then maybe we can add the global modifier, but this is not needed. So now what it can log either love sport or hate sport or love work or hate work. Okay, let's see it on the screen. And of course the match is love sport, ha ha ha. Okay, this was quite simple. There are other kind of groups that we can see. For example, groups or see, for example, you can we can find we can find this is not really a group. We can find a character that may or may not be before the we are searching for a G that is preceded or isn't preceded. It can be or it can't or even not be preceded by an N. So you are working good. You are working good. Working doesn't matter. I don't like to be ordered. Let's see what it does. Of course, there is the global modifier, so every occurrences will be displayed. And there is an array of 2 characters, an NG and a G, because it can match a G that may or may not be preceded by an N. There can be more. For example, we can have ABC, 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 and we can group if we want to search for ABC. We want to search for ABC, but we want to search it ABC, and it can be matched even more ABS. ABC, and can be matched once or even more than once. We move on. And of course we have all the array, because here it matches, yes, it matches the group one or more times, so it matches the whole array. We can have another example. For example, we have ABC, ABC, ABC 1, and now we have ABC, ABC, ABC wildcard 1 without anything else. Here it will match anyone preceded by ABC any number of times. So it does match ABC, all ABC. It would match even if there would be less ABC. That's obvious. Even there would be one, but even if there is only one. So okay, if you come here now, we see the screen again. There is only one, so it matches only one. Another thing to note is that we can we write it again ABC, 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 ABC. We can say match ABC at minimum one time, at maximum 2 times. This is possible. So we're giving a syntax with a min and max, then there are the global modifiers. So we come here, and this is not there. Wait a second. And as you see, it was the global modifier was ruining the thing. It matches both ABC, ABC, and just ABC because it matches ABC one time at minimum, 2 times at most. Boom. We have seen a load of JavaScript groups methods, but if you searched here, maybe you didn't see, here it says undefined. It's still saying undefined. Everyone we saw is saying undefined because what the point is that we didn't you need to call, you need to give it a name. The group is you give a name to a group. So now we search for JavaScript. Okay, we just search for JavaScript. Then you come in front and you come here, okay, and then we call this programming. This will be the name of our group. Then we make a opening bracket. It should have been another place, the opening bracket, probably before the slash. No, it was okay. There is one more opening bracket here. Okay. A regular expression. Aha, see the problem here. The problem was here. Okay, there was a. You see, computer programming, you must be sharp and reordered. Me, I never been. I don't have this talent. Anyway, question mark before this. Update. Come here. And now we have our match, our object, and the group has become programming, and it contains, the group is an object, programming, key, value, JavaScript. Okay, very nice, very nice. So I wanted to show some other built-in methods that are not really related with regex, strictly with regex, but somehow yes. And then I will give a practical example of how do we generally do we validate email IPv4 addresses, no, emails. But let's see this. First, there are two built-in methods: search and replace. Search it does something similar to regex. It's not really related to regex. Can be used with regex. More interesting is a replace. Replace, we didn't see it, but it's very simple. the first parameter is the name that you will replace, and the second is the so you will replace sport with hobby. That's it. So now we come here. We are telling replace sport with hobby. Hobby is fun, sport is good. Okay, we want, of course, already understood that we want to replace both the sport names. We can use global modifier. So now we can just, we can use regex. You come here, you place this, and we use a regex inside what is a pattern that doesn't really belong to regex. Uh, Very simple. Maybe you should look at search and replace. I don't want to talk about this because um, just search and replace, and you will find something interesting. Hobby is fun. Hobby is good. Okay, now we are replaced all the occurrences. Um, Email validation. Email validation, let's first give it an example. We're going to create this email validation now. First, what is composed an email of? Let's write an email here. The email is example at example.com. Now we have to find so the first part is made of um, any character any character uh, any character that we can just simplify, and now I don't know if they might use that dot, no, that dot. I don't know if they use the dot. I think it's just better to use this kind of way, and so we are going to use this kind of sentence, and then the dot in itself, the underscore, the hyphen, and that's it. And this should match the first example. Then concatenation. Then we have the at, which is just at. Oh, I take it. Sorry, I am having problem with my keyboard, and so at. Then we have the same thing. Then we have another word, another random word. So we have az, blah 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 blah. Then we have plus, and then we have a dot. Is for sure a dot, so we escape it and we place a dot. Then we have an extension. Then we have the extension that probably, if it's more sophisticated, is different than this. I'm not telling you that I'm the master of emails, but okay, this is it. This is it in a basically form. Okay, so now I add another concat and we close this, and I didn't open, and then we add maybe a global modifier, and this is it. That this is what we are going to use. This is the regex that will match our email pattern. Then okay, let's define our email pattern. Email pattern equal to, and we take this sheet and we place it here, and that's it. Then we give let good email, and we say it Paolo 123 at email.com, and then let wrong email and equal to Paolo at dot I don't know 12.com. It should be a wrong email. It is a wrong email. We didn't put the second at inside here, so it's a wrong email. Then we console log console.log good email dot match email pattern console.log wrong email match pattern. So now we should assume that the second console log will define null, and the others will return. I didn't know why we did it. We should console it. I don't know why. Okay. Unexpected token. I'm sorry, if you see, as you see here, there was a bit of a mess around. Now I'll just clean up and everything would work as expected. So I need a little cleaning. Clean done. So we come back here and we see we have one array, which is our email, and then the null value, because we didn't match anything else. Okay, so I said more than enough, not more than enough. I said enough, not more than enough. I would like to make you come here. I advise you to, because regex is a complete matter, and if you come here, you will find yourself as someone said, a rabbit in a hole, because there are a lot of regex, all for different kind of things. As I said from the beginning, you don't need to know everything by heart, because unless you really work consistently with regex, nobody knows this. And if you stop working with regex for a week, for a month, 2 months, then you stop remembering what this mean. To be frank, I should have a look at it myself, but I suggest you to look into details, because it's interesting and fun. Okay, that's it for this lesson. We talked about regex. Now we will move on, talking about cookies, talking about local storage, and other things. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.